Hello, in this second video, I want to introduce you to a very important resource that's going to help you in your research. And that is a communications database, a database of the most recent cutting edge research on media studies. And that's called Communications and Mass Media Complete. And you're going to be using that a lot. And in this video, I'm just going to show you how to get in there quickly and use it. So here we are again at our Monash webpage, and this time we're going to go to library. So we click on this, then we click on databases. Takes us here. So in the Master of Communications, we are in the Arts faculty. We click on Arts. We're in Communications and Media. We click on that. Then I want you to go here, Communication and Mass Media Complete. And here we are. And this is going to be a really, really important resource for you. I'm going to tell you why. Your success as a media researcher fundamentally depends on your eagerness to read. Success is based on knowing the latest thoughts, ideas, and methods in media research. And the only way you can do that is by reading, and more reading. Now, there are different approaches to reading across different humanities subjects. But in communications and media studies, using international refereed journals is a really important way of keeping up to date with the latest in research. It's the most efficient way to gathering a wide range of ideas about what the best media scholars are thinking about the most up-to-date media problems. And your way to access that is really to get onto academic international refereed journals. And when you look at things that are published in internationally refereed journals, you've kind of got a quality assurance there. You can be assured that what you're reading has been reviewed by experienced scholars and has been thought of as being in some way academically rigorous. Now, that's not to say everything that gets published in journals is first rate. That's not to say that you have to believe everything that you read in journals, that everything is correct. It's far from the truth. But certainly this is a great way of getting to know the latest and best media research. So this is the interface. Now, before we get into using this, and you'll see up here that you can select a range of options for doing research. I've just said that what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're reading the best research that's out there. So before you do any research, the first thing you want to do is you want to go over here and click this button here. You only want research from scholarly peer-reviewed journals. Let me show you why. Say we're interested in looking at social media in China, the impact of social media in China. So we go we hit search. Well, we find that we've got a range of different articles here. But one of the things that we will also find is that some of these articles are conference papers. Now, the fact of the matter is conference papers aren't as meticulously reviewed as journal articles. So we kind of don't really want to be going to those. We don't want to be reading people's master's theses and those sorts of things. Not that you can't learn things from those, but they're not the most rigorously reviewed pieces. So what we would do is we would click this button over here that you see, scholarly peer-reviewed journals. And then what we see is that we've only got journal articles that have been scholarly peer-reviewed. We can do other things, like we can say, well, I only want things where the full text is available to me right now. So then we do this. And then what we have are a range of different sorts of journal articles about what's the latest thing that people are talking about with regard to social media. So one of the things that immediately jumps out at you, for example, is the question of health communication, the impact of social media on health communication. Now, this is really, really important. I'll tell you why. In the field of communication studies, health communication, the question of how media can be used to spread information about health, about the latest health practices, it's one of the first questions that was ever asked in media research. And it's also one of the leading areas of global media research today. So, for example, we could even further specify here. And then suddenly we've got 14 articles on health and social media in China. So this would be ideal for your first assessment, for example. So what would we do with this? Well, what we would do is we would begin adding in the articles that we want to read later to what's known as a folder. So say we've done all of this. Then when we've added all of those in, we go to our folder. So we've clicked at the top right-hand button here. And what you will see is over on the right is that these will give you a range of options for saving these records. The first thing we do is we select all. Now we can do a couple of things. Firstly, if you hit this, you can actually email all of these articles to yourself and you can save them. Something else you can do, if you hit save as a file, you'll see that what this will do is give you a full record of each one of these articles. The abstracts are really important here because you can very quickly read these little summaries of what each of the articles is about to see if it's worth reading further. Or another option you've got, and this is my favorite, is you can export directly to EndNote. And that saves all of your articles in a file in a data software platform that can be easily used to generate bibliographies. But we'll be talking about that a little bit later on. But for now, what I've done is I've just shown you very quickly how you can use Communications and Mass Media Complete to find resources that is going to help you in doing particularly your first research topic. And we'll be doing exercises, you'll be doing this for yourself in the tutorials.